up rooms here. If you guys want to use that room as a center and then have your PM go off and set up the admin account and create all the accounts for you while you guys just kind of like are hanging out, you can do it that way. If you want to go to your collaborate room, we'll talk about that too. There are lots of different options. So with no further ado, and I'm so sorry you're seeing my tragic profile here. This is just such a weird setup on my desk. Okay, but this is not about me. Thank you everybody for giving Anna some great feedback there. I thought both of the presentations tonight were just spectacular. Okay, so Omeka is sort of like a super lightweight version of Islandora. So the first thing that has to happen is somebody's got to go in and just kind of like finish doing the setup and then invite the members to the setup. So earlier today I posted the direct links to all of your group rooms, the direct link. I always keep one extra room that's for me, so that's on group 9. And what we're going to do is when you go to do this step by step, I'm going to paste this slide into each one of your rooms, but I also put it in the announcements area of Canvas. You can look at the directions there. This is for the PM to do. Okay, so the PM is going to locate the group's URL to your space, and it's also on that main page that we've been to that has all the previous digital libraries that everybody did. And then you're going to click on your group. Now when you do that, I'll show you what happens. Nothing exciting happens. In order to be able to go in and configure it further, you have to append the URL with admin, as you can see here. So you guys can't see the finger pointer when I have it here? Okay, great. Okay. So you'll have to put the admin to the end and then log in with this username and this password exactly as it appears here with the exclamation point at the end. So, okay, that's a quick overview. I'm not going to leave you there. So once you do that, this is again just for the PMs, but I want everybody to see it in case you guys are, doing it in your collaborate room, everybody's watching. This is what you'll see. So the second thing that you need to do then is put the users into your room. And so you'll see that when it takes you in, and when you log in as the administrator, there will be a feature here that says users. And all the rest of this stuff, I'll explain to you what it is here in a moment. And so then, if you want to add users, the PM, will click on this, and then it will take you to this screen down here, where you will see the Add a User button. And that's the next thing you need to do. And so whether you gather the email addresses for your group members before you do this, or as I said, you're in your collaborate room and you're sharing your desktop and everybody who's watching you do this PM, you're going to need the email addresses for your group members because you have to invite them via email. Then, as I said, once you're in, you click on users as we just saw, and then we're going to add a new user. Now, one thing I wanted to point out to you here, all users are default set to super users. Leave your users as super users because then they can be able to upload things into the digital library and do the kinds of things that they need to do. So when you click on that add a new user, you have a username, and so you can probably use whatever's before the @ symbol on people's email addresses. That seem to be easier. Display name, that can be the person's name as you know it, their email address as they've given you, and then leave their role as super. And then you click on the Add User button, and away you go. Now, what happens when you do that is an email goes to that person's email address, the one that they put in here, and then they have to confirm the setup. And you guys have created tons of online accounts, so you know the link I'm talking about, right? That comes to you, and you have to click on it to confirm. So, repeat, rinse, repeat, PM for all the people who are in your group. You can create a user for yourself, or you can just continue using the admin login, because of course you can do everything as the admin. Well, Michael, I can't really diagnose that at the moment, so let me see what is going on there. Because it may be that if you click the link from a different place, something will happen. But group 9 is mine. Group 9 is not your groups. So you guys are group 1, I think. Okay. So once you are the group member and you get your confirmation, the message you get will say something like, activate your account with LIS 5487 Spring 19 group number repository. Okay. Then click on the link that's in that email, and then you create your own password. The PM doesn't set it for you. You create your own. And then you can wander around and see what you want to see. So if you're the collection developer person, you might want to create a collection named after you know, whatever the theme of your library is, or like in the case of yarn art, maybe you have a collection of scarves, maybe a collection of hats, something like that. And the collection developer and the metadata person, later you'll be going into this items area right here to describe the items in your collection. So just, you know, click on that link and have a look at what's there. And then if you are the interface designer and the user analyst, you might want to click on the theme button here. So thanks, Roy, is what's the name of the default theme. And then we can go from there to choose other themes. So there's lots of look and feel choices that you have, and you can change them by clicking on this link. So I just thought everybody might like a chance to get in there and just click on some buttons and see what you got. Okay, so let's give it a try. Now I'm going to share my desktop. And do you remember this page right here? I'm just going to put that in the chat box for you guys for quick access. This page right here. I think you probably do. You have visited this page before. So if you're the Prime Minister, or the Prime Minister, the PM, I don't know why I keep calling the person the Prime Minister, you might go here, and then let me just scooch this over a little bit so I can see the chat box and what you guys are, what I'm doing at the same time here. Okay, this stuff from here down, do not worry about it just yet. We're going to cover this in the subsequent class. Today, just worry about getting set up. So if you're on group 9, you'll get something like this, right? Not that exciting. And so remember, you have to put admin at the end of it. In which case, you get something like this. And then I talked about how you would need to log in with this. And then this is your password. And these are written down several places. And I'm going to ask it to remember me. So then we're going to log in. Oh, that's interesting. Oh. Oh. I wonder why. There we go. Okay. All right. So actually, let me. Okay. So here we are. Now we're going to add some users. Okay. And I'm going to add a user. And I'm going to add this user. And I'm going to add this person's name. And I'm going to add this person's email address. And I'm going to leave this person as a super user. Okay. And then I'm going to add another user. And that's how you just go through the process. Okay, so now let's check the email to see what we got. And I apologize for you seeing my messy, rather full inbox. I hope there's nothing NSFW in there. One never knows. There we go. Okay, so your activate message will look something like this. And then you click on the link, and it will ask you to create a password. It didn't ask me to create a password because I'm already there. Okay, so ASO's ahead of the curve. So that's basically what's there for that part. Now, I am going to log out, and then I'm going to pretend that I am this person, and I'm going to log in. Is it like that? Nope. I've logged in so many times that now it's mad at me. So, there we go. Okay. Yeah, you guys will see this part. Okay. And now, there you go. Okay, and so I'm just going to click on some links, just check it out, see what adding an item entails, because I think that might be important in the next couple weeks. I'm going to add a collection, because items have to go in a collection, so somebody's going to have to create a collection. No, Mina. That's a good question, because I set up two different ones. I set up the Marcia M, and I set up the M Martis, because so those are two separate users. When the, in fact, let's go back to that now. When you're adding a user, add each user separately. And so, for example, you will be a user called Mina K. Your PM will put you in there, and then fill out the rest of this stuff for you, and then put your email address in there. And then, when you get the email that looks like this, and you click on the link, that's when you'll set up your original password. But every person is going to have a unique username and the password that person sets up. And the PM will just do that for everybody. Okay. Now, I am actually going to turn off the sharing here for just a second and double check that Kyle gave me the right password, because I may have shared with you an incorrect password, but my machine seems to be remembering the right password. So, but I'm going to spare you that. So let me just stop the application sharing, take us back to the slides, but I'm just going to real quick check that password here. Okay, almost there. Yep, that is the right password. The right password is, let me see. So that is the one that I had. So try it with that. Yep, that's the one that I had. Okay, so, and that's the one that's in all of the good. Okay, that was going to be a little bit of a complication, but we could get through it. All right, so we have gone through just a couple of demos, so you've seen it on the slide, step by step. You've seen it in the live, step by step. So now I'm going to let you break into small groups and give it a try. As I said, you can use the rooms here, or you can go to your Ultra room and have your PM share his or her desktop so everybody can kind of give input on preferred username and preferred email address. Please have somebody keep an eye on the course so that you can bring back questions or so Katie, what I'm going to ask you to do is hold off on the SFTP now, because that's going to be something that we deal with in an upcoming class. And you don't need the SFTP to put your items into your digital library. You used to, but you don't anymore. So it's really just for special things, like if you want to go out and find additional themes or additional plugins or something like that. So I'll be specific to the use case for when we will be using that in a couple weeks. So today, just concentrate on getting everybody set up and logged in to Omeka. That's all you guys need to worry about for today. Yeah. That's why I said, like, anything down the lower part of that page, just for now, kind of press pause on that. And then once you figure out how you want to handle your small group, and the PM is done, well, ideally, Melissa, we want to everybody back once they're done. So I think agenda-wise, let's see. I thought that, well, I guess we're running a little late. Let's try if, 7:20, I guess, is when I want you back. So 7:20, that was supposed to say 7:20. Okay, so is everybody clear on that next step? I see some people already moving to their rooms. Okay, I'm going to copy some of these slides into your room so you can have the step-by-step directions with you. Yvette, do you need me to move you to a room? I know sometimes if you're on a mobile, you can't. 7, okay. Yep, no problem. Hi, everybody. Welcome back. I'm going to just send a little message to everyone that I'm going to be bringing you back into the others into the main room. No, I'm not going to be brining you. I'm going to be bringing you. Okay. All right. Well, there's one important thing I want to ask you guys right away, which is, I know group 1 was having some strange complications. Was everybody able to get a message about their confirming their account to finish the setup of your account? Okay, so Casey's theory, and then you guys were using FSU accounts, my.FSU accounts? Okay, okay, and is that, Casey, is that helping? Okay, so you used your Gmail and it worked. All right. Well, that is a new wrinkle, and this is set up at FSU, so what do you know? So how about, so what would you guys rather do? Would you rather have your admin resubscribe you at a different email address, or would you like me to just put everybody on pause and work it out with FSU support tomorrow? It'd be faster for you to subscribe at another email address is what it sounds like. Or at least try that and let me know. Okay, so, okay. Because as you saw, I subscribed at a regular fsu.edu email address and had no problem. So it must be the 3-part email address, the my.fsu.edu, that is causing a problem. So for those of you who've not gotten your messages, your confirmation messages yet, well, that's interesting, Sarah, because you guys watched me set mine up with my fsu.edu email address, and my message came through directly. But Clarissa, oh, you finally got a message. Oh, that's really, really good news. Okay. Well, then I think where I'm going to leave it with you guys on this topic, this is a totally new thing, and I'm very glad to hear that, is if you would please, okay, and Monica's work too, so maybe it's just going to be a lag, because that's true, Jose, that's a good theory, that could be. It also may be that something on the my.fsu.edu end was holding it and then is releasing it. So that's interesting. So if by tomorrow morning you haven't gotten, or tomorrow at some point, do let me know. Work with, number 1, work with your PM to have an alternate email address. Number 2 is if you don't get any kind of confirmation, either from your alternate email address or from your my.fsu.edu email address, please let me know, because this is something that is server side that needs to be diagnosed. This is in the guts of the Omeka server that I don't configure. But my guy Kyle, who is fabulous, will definitely figure it out and get to the bottom of it and fix it fast, because he's good. Does that sound fair to everybody? So, to recap, provide an alternate email to PM, and 2. Check your my.fsu.edu email later tonight or tomorrow for confirmation. And so 3, if you get no confirmation either place, contact me and we will get it worked out. Okay, gosh, never a dull moment around here. You know, we try, and I pre-flight this stuff and we try. All right. So how about if we talk about something else? Would that be okay?